So apparently the Umbral shard system does not work the way I thought it was going to work. Now, I know there's going to be some people watching this and they'll be like, no crap, idiot, of course it was meant to be this way. And, all right, you got me. I had no idea it was supposed to be this way. So, Umbral shards, right? You can get gear from 590 to 600 and then all the way to 625. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll just craft 600 gear score items or right around there, and then I will get them up, have the perks I want, and so on and so forth type of thing, right? Well, I don't have expertise 600 yet. I didn't think that'd be a problem. And I'm sure a lot of you out there also were probably thinking the same thing. You thought, all right, I'll just craft some gear and whatever. Well, not so fast. If you are a crafter in this game, if you're one of those people, you've never run dungeons because you just don't feel like killing monsters, I hate to break it to you, but you're able to use the Umbral shard system unless you either A, like killing monsters, or B, are willing to wait a few months with emerald gypsum, because you gotta have expertise 600 in order to upgrade gear at all with Umbral shards. So let me show you what I mean here in my inventory. So my life staff, for example, it's 599 gear score. It's like, okay, let's just go ahead and get this thing up to like 605 or something just because. Wait a minute. You can only upgrade item types that you have 600 expertise with. Not what we were expecting. If the item is too low, like this random set I put on whenever I'm recording, if you try to do that, it'll say, oh, you can only upgrade it as 590 plus, which then baits you into thinking, okay, once it's 590 plus, I'm good. No, once it's 595, once it's 590 plus, then it tells you, no, actually, bro, you need 600 expertise. Sorry to break it to you, kind of thing. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. So basically, I mean, okay. So basically, what they're saying is, either you go kill monsters, or you don't get expertise. You don't get to participate in the Umbral shard system, bro. Like, if you don't want to kill monsters in this game, it's kind of funny to me. So, like, and that's fine. Whatever. For me personally, I know a lot, like, some people will get in the comments and they'll be, like, super mad. Some people will come to the comments and they're just like, go kill monsters, you idiot! What WTF? Like, you're like, dude, bro, like, it's just a game. I don't want to kill monsters, right? And I'm sure a lot of people watching this also feel the same way as me. I don't feel like killing monsters for 100, 200, 300 hours to get my expertise up, right? And so they're saying, well, of course, that's if you don't want to kill monsters for 200 hours and you don't deserve endgame gear, that's fine. I'm never gonna have endgame gear then probably. But the main thing is the devs basically in this game, their opinion is, if you don't want to mindlessly kill monsters, you are not allowed to participate, is basically what it is. And they say all things like, yeah, you can craft to get gypsum stuff, but there's only one way to get gypsum from crafting, okay? You get emerald gypsum. Then you can also, if you happen to be in the high roller club of the people who own Windsor and Everfall, then yeah, you can steal other people's money in order to craft 600 gear score items constantly. Or if you're one of the very few people who work your ass off in the trading post making money all day, yeah, you'll be able to do it too, but you're also working for it. So, okay, that's, you're in a different spot than everyone else. But for all the rest of us, and especially people who are just casual players, dude, you are so screwed. You cannot get 625 because, like, if you're someone who works 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and has a family, and you only get to play 2-3 hours a day on average, man, if you just got the game today, you won't be able to have 625 gear score until, like, the end of summer if you only have that little time to play now. Like, or at least by summer at the earliest, because, and if you come in, what's your time going to be spent on? I hate to break it to you, but if you want to get gear score, your time's going to be spent on killing monsters and doing dungeons, which is killing monsters, and then using topaz attunement potions, which is killing monsters, and killing named enemies, which is killing monsters. There's also elite supply chest runs, which may or may not include killing monsters. So, it's just one of those things of kill monsters or you don't really get 625 in a reasonable time frame at all, unfortunately. But hey, if that's how they want their game to be, that's their choice, right? It's not my choice to tell them how to make their game. But at the end of the day, that's basically what New World is. That's basically what they're turning New World into, is a game of time gate and monster grind with not very much fun stuff to do once you get to the end. Which brings me to the argument I've made in multiple videos, and I will continue to say this till the end of time. I still think the devs should focus on making content that is fun once you reach the end game, instead of time gating the end game so you're stuck in a grind for 700 hours. You know, it's like they keep adding more and more stuff, so they're like, hey, how can we make them play the game longer? Like, they're looking at it from an analytics standpoint, and they go, how can we keep people playing our game for a longer period of time? And they're like, well, we could make the game more fun. Nah, screw that. Let's go the easy way out. Let's just make the grind take longer so that you never feel like you're done, and hope that makes people stay longer, which I don't know that it's necessarily working all that well, because here's Steam charts. And here you can track the concurrent players playing a game. Now, obviously, at launch, we had a ton of players, and that goes to a ton of concurrent players. We actually had more than this. I don't know. This is not accurate. I can't go all. There we go. There were almost 1 million concurrent players at first. And then it goes down and down. That's fine. You know, you expect that. You know, it was overhyped some. And then it kind of stabilized. Oh, stabilize. It's not stabilizing. We're still going down and down and down. The winter patch brought some people back, and it stabilized dead even stable for a while. But then we're down to, look at the last 7 days. We're down to 80,000, 75,000. We're struggling to hit 80,000. Now, here's the worst part. Mutators came out, and you thought, oh, wow, new thing, right? Everybody's going to come back. Nah, they're not. And Mutators came out, and it did not see a jump at all. Like, people did not come back, although it is a Tuesday, but still. You think you would see more than the day before, but no, just another day. Nobody really cares, it seems like. So Mutators kind of a flop from that perspective. So eternally increasing the grind, I don't think that is working that well, but I guess they still have 77,000 players, so I guess who am I to say? I mean, maybe they're actually geniuses, and if they would have made the game more fun instead of doing more grind, maybe they'd actually be a dead game by now. So, you know, it's all politics in theory at this point. With that being said, I still have fun in this game just because I like PvP. And PvP in this game is fun. You know, I play OPR whenever I have free time, and I have fun. If I can get in wars, I have fun, even if we get pushed back to our fort. That's just the kind of player that I am. I just love to fight. I've always been like that in video games. I love fighting in video games. It's super fun. And this game's one of the best for that, in my opinion. But I still think this whole situation is just crazy to me. Like, it just, all that they've done since launch is make it so it's like, how can we make it suck to grind? How can we make it take longer and longer and longer so that you never get anywhere? And they're doing that to make up for the lack of content. But the problem with that is they've had all this time to develop new content, and instead of developing fun new content, they're developing more ways to extend the grind. And it's like, bro, come on. Like, for example, and they said they're going to actually at some point, but, you know, instead of, okay, so mutators, they need PvE. Okay, cool, that's for PvE players. All right, PvE players, this is your month, right? Now for February's bug fixes, March, can we get some stuff for the PvP players now, since we had a whole month for PvE players? Can we get the ranked arena that they talked about, right? Or can we get, you know, ranked OPR or a different OPR system that, you know, so there's OPR and there's also, you know, like in World of Warcraft, there's Warsun, Gulch, Arathi, Basing, Alderac Valley, and all these different fun game modes. Can we get some more? Can we get some cross-server stuff? You know, like, can we have seasons on some ranked mode somehow that has rewards or something, you know, where I'm like, I want to get to endgame because then there's something really fun to do. You know what I mean? Like, can we get more stuff that, so when you get to endgame, you feel like you have fun stuff to do? Like, that is what they should be focused on. That should be what the goal is, instead of delaying it and delaying it. And so then so what happens right now is they're trying to make it so you spend 600 hours for a casual player to get all your expertise up to 625, maybe longer than that. And then at the end of it, you go, all right, I finally made it. And you go walking through the door, and on the other side, you're like, and there's nothing. People still don't slot me for wars because it's, you know, what do they call it? The whatever club, something club, you know, where like, okay, only the people who are already in get in. You have no experience. You're not allowed in. OPR is just like a kind of a mess, and there's really no objective in it because there's no ranked mode of anything. So it's kind of just like, feels like you're trolling, but it's still fun if you're a hardcore PvP player. If you're a PvE player, you're like, well, I guess I can go cut trees now. Like, there's just nothing left. There's really just nothing after you get the grind done, which, unfortunate. I still love this game. I have fun playing this game. I'm just saying, though, for a casual player, like, what do you guys got at the end if you're not a PvPer, man? They didn't add much. So, yeah, that's kind of where it's at right now. Now, I know it's kind of a long-winded rant here I went on, so I apologize for that. But that's the situation, man. You can't get 625 gear score unless you have expertise 600. If you're a casual player, the game just got so much harder for you to get 625. It's going to be kind of crazy. And they did change gear score, although maybe not in the way that I thought. I don't know. I keep seeing some comments that are saying, hey, it could have meant this other way. And I'm like, that might be true. So not entirely sure. But 625 is going to matter to some degree because of the way they talked about gear score mattering. So yeah, it's just, you're basically time gated out. If you want 625, either you own Windsward or Everfall, or you buy money illegally from gold sellers and get your account banned, or you spend months and months and months doing stuff if you only have a little bit of time to play every day. Now, obviously, hardcore players, yeah, you guys will just play 12 hours a day. You'll have 600 expertise in a month. You're done, right? So you guys are good. But the other 90% of players who are not you, it's just unfortunate, man, the direction this game is taken. But hey, as is what it is. I just want you guys to know the situation. I just want to talk about it. I really wanted to talk about it more than I even wanted to let you know the situation, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, so expertise 600, that's required to use Umbral shards. It doesn't matter how many you get from mutators. You physically cannot use them unless your expertise is 600.